ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र
सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र
वाक्यैः सूत्रानुकारिभिः
वाक्यैः सूत्रानुकारिभिः
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते
भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
किञ्च मोक्षकाले
किञ्च मोक्षकाले
गताह्लाः पञ्चदश प्रतिष्ठाः
गताः कलाः 15 प्रतिष्ठाः
देवाश्च सर्वे प्रतिदेवतासु
देवाश्च सर्वे प्रतिदेवतासु
कर्माणि विज्ञानमयश्च आत्मा
कर्माणि विज्ञानमयश्च आत्मा
परे व्यये सर्व एकी भवन्ति
परे व्यये सर्व एकी भवन्ति।
This mantra, seventh mantra of the last section of the last Mundaka, talks about Videha Mukti. Videha Mukti was mentioned in the previous mantra. Mukti, which is a palam, the result of Jnanam, Jnana palam. The previous mantra, the Upanishad said, Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitartaha Sannyasa Yogat Yatayaha Shuddha Sattvaha. Then the second line, Te Brahma Lokeshu Parantakale Paramritaha Parimuchanti Sarve. Paramritaha is Brahma Bhutaha, Jivan Muktaha Ityartaha. We have seen Brahma Vita Brahma Iva Bhavati, Brahma Bhutaha, Brahma Nirvhanam Rachati in the language of Gita. In Gita, Bhagavan said, Brahma Bhutaha, Brahma Nirvhanam Gachati, Adhigachati. Jivan Muktaha, Brahma Nirvhanam, Moksham, Jivan Muktaha, Prapnoti. In the fifth chapter of the Gita, Yontas Sukontara Ramaha, Tatantara Jyotirevayah, Sayogi Brahma Nirvanam, Brahma Bhuto Digachati, Brahma Bhutaha means Brahma with Jivan Muktaha Ityartaha. So Paramritaha is Jivan Muktaha. So being Jivan Muktaha, while living, they are free. Muktaha. Parantakale Sarve Parimuchanti. Sarve Parimuchanti. Then after the fall of this Sharira, once the Prarabdha is exhausted, Sharira, Patanantaram, Parimuchanti. That what was binding the Jiva, everything gets resolved and everything gets resolved and they become free. Again in the language of Gita, Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam. So Abhitaha is both here and hereafter. Jivan while living and hereafter. Brahma Nirvanam is Moksham. Brahma Nirvanam Adhigachati. So the Jivan Mukti and Videga Mukti, that Jnana Palam, that is the topic continues here. The last mantra, this mantra, the second line, Jivan Mukti and Videga Mukti talked about now. This Videga Mukti. Jivan Mukti Jnanena Muktaha Bhavanti. Then after this, after the exhaustion of the Prarabdha, what happens to the Jnani Jivaha? That's the Kincha Moksha Kale. Moksha Kala means at the time of Mukti. What Mukti? When Jnanam is get, that time itself they become free. That Jnanena Mokshaha, Jnanam eva Mokshaha. Gaining Jnanam, they become free. Then what is Moksha Kale? Here, Moksha here is this Videka Mukti. Not that after death only they become free. After death, the Shariram is gone and they become one with Brahma, like the Gata Akasha becomes Para Akasha, one with Para Akasha. It's already one. It is not separate from the Para Akasha. Tadvat. So Gata Akashavat. And Bhashyakara gave the example of this avyakta Agni. Vyakta Agni becomes avyakta Agni. Deepa, the Deepa merges, the light merges with the Agni merges with the avyakta Agni. Tadvat. Because the only the lingam, the means which was available was the shariram. That also goes away. Therefore, he is no more available, not in any murta rupa. When jnanam happens with the murta, with the form, we can see him move around, is free. Then after Maranam, this Sharira, which is available for our perception, for our seeing, touching, hearing, we can hear the words of the Jnani. Now that is not available, and that will not be available anymore. That is Videka Mukti. So therefore, for Jnani, there is no such division. Jivan Mukti, and Videka Mukti. Mukti is Mukti. So the Videka Mukti, what happens after the Sharira Patanam, that is talked about in this mantra. So the death of the Jnani, the death of a Jnani, in fact, the death of a Jnani is this Shariram only dies, whether it is a Jnani or a Jnani. Atma doesn't die. The Shariram, what we see, what is available for our perception, interaction, all while living, we have been listening to the words of the Jnani. Now that Shariram is gone, it's no more available. That is the death. So it is not like the death of an ordinary person. An Ajnani Jiva. Ajnani Jiva, for Ajnani Jiva is not Parantakala, as we are saying, it's Aparantakala, because they come back. They come back in some other Sharira. Whereas Jnani, for Jnani, all the three Shariram, Stula, Sukshma, and Karana, they go back to Samashti. The Vyashti, Sukshma, Vyashti, Karana, Vyashti, Sukshma, Vyashti, Stula, Vyashti, Sukshma, Vyashti, Karana goes back to Samashti. Sukshma Sharira, Stula Sharira becomes, when it is either cremated or when it is buried, it becomes one with the Stula Bhuta, Samashti, Stula Prapancha. Tadvat Sukshma Shariram also. Sukshma Shariram, which is made of Pancha Jnani Indrayani, Karmendriyani, Pancha Pranadayaha, Manaha Buddhi, that goes back to Sukshma Prapancha. Similarly, Karana Shariram, which is the seed, which is the bija in which is a storehouse of all the karma, Sanchita karma, they also resolve into Karana Prapancha, Karana Samashti Prapancha. So therefore, everything is resolved. And there is no more seed, bija available for the Jnani Jiva to come back. That is Videka Mukti. So here, in this Upanishad, this Panchadasha, the 15 components, resolves back into the Samashti Tattvam that is pointed out. The Panchadasha, 15. When does it happen? After the fall of the Sharira. That is why this a Purusha is called Shodasha Kalaf Purusha. In fact, it is Shodasha. In some other Upanishads, like Prashnopanishad, particularly in Prashnopanishad, the Purusha, Shodasha Kalaf Purusha, the Purusha is mentioned as the one who has 16 parts. Kalaha. Kala is parts. Here also Kalaha. Kataha, Kalaha. Panchadasha, Pratishtaha, Kalaha, Gataha. Pratishtaha means source. We will see the meaning of the mantra. In the Prashnopanishad, we will be studying later. The Acharya is Pipalada Rishi. And there are 6 disciples. So one of the disciples is Sukeshaha, son of Bharadvajaha, Sukeshaha. He wants to know about this Purusha, the Shodasha Kala of Purusha. So therefore he asked Pipalada Rishi to teach him. Then the Pipalada Rishi, he taught that Purusha is this Atma, Purushaha, who is without any parts. Kala Ragitaha. Purusha doesn't have any parts. Atma doesn't have parts. Atma doesn't have any limbs. Therefore only Adresham, Agragyam, Ashotram, Avarnam, Achakshu. Iti doesn't have any parts, doesn't have any limbs, doesn't have Upadhi. Atma doesn't have Upadhi. Jiva has Upadhi. But the Atma, when conditioned by Avidya Parichinna, as though conditioned by. In fact, Atma also cannot be conditioned. It is all Maya. That is the glory of Maya, Vibhuti of Maya, which makes the impossible possible. Agatita Gatana Patiyasi Maya. Atma, which cannot be conditioned, which cannot be limited, which cannot be divided, but seems to be conditioned. That is Avidya. That is why Avidya Ajnanam. So because of Avidya, the Kalaha, the parts exist. The parts exist. The 16 parts. Now, for a Jnani, what happens? The 16, this Shodasha Kala Purusha, the Purusha now who is endowed with 16 Kalaha, 16 parts. Now, at the time of the Paranta Kala, Moksha Kale, as Vashakara introduced, Moksha Kale, what happens to the Purusha? The Purusha is one with, not becomes, it is all the limitation of language, becomes one with Brahma, the partless Brahma. The Purusha, which is Atma, which is partless, like Gata Akasha, becomes one with Brahma, which is again partless Parakasha, which is without any avayava, without any parts. So this Shodasha Kala talked about. What are the Shodasha Kala that the Upanishad mentions in the Prashna Upanishad? Sapranam asrajata pranat shraddham kam vayuhu jyotihi apaha prithvi indriyam manaha annam annad viryam tapo mantraha karma lokaha lokeshu cha nama cha. Saha, that is Ishvaraha, pranam asrajita, created prana, from prana shraddha, then kam akasha, then vayu, then jyotihi is agnihi, napaha jalam jalatattvam prithvi, then indriyam, sense organs of perception and sense organs of action, jnanendriyani, karmendriyani, indriyam, then manaha, mind, then annad viryam, the strength from the food, and tapaha, all the disciplines, austerities, then mantraha, Vedic mantraha, then karma is Vedika karma, the yajna, the karma, then lokaha, the lokit anubhuyati, the lokaha, the different worlds, and namacha, and in the different worlds, the beings are there, they are given name, namaha. These are created, and these are Shodasha Kalaha. So this mantra, Prashnopanishad, it is Shashta Prashnaha, the Shashta Prashnaha, and Chaturtha Mantraha. 16 kalas are mentioned. Pranaha is first kala, Prana is Hiranyagarbha. Ishvaraha, Brahma, first from Brahma, Hiranyagarbha is created. Then Shraddha. Shraddha is Astikya Buddhi. That is Shraddha. That is number 2, second kala. Then Shraddha, then Kam is Akasha. Kam, Vayuhu, Jyotihi, Apaha, Prithvi, Indriyani. Kam, Vayuhu, Panchabhuta, the 5 elements. Akasha, Vayuhu, Jyotihi, Apaha, Prithvi. So 5 and plus 2, 7. 7 kalaha. Then 8th kala, Indriyani, which covers both Jnana Indriyani, Karma Indriyani. And 9th kala, 9th part is mind, Antakranam. Antakarnam, it can be divided into Manaha Buddhi or into 4. Mano Buddhi Chitya Ahankaraha, Iti, that is the 9th kala. Then Annam, Jiva has to sustain Annam, 10th kala. From Annam, we get the Shakti, the power to act, that is required for performance of karma. So 11th kala is the strength, the medium. Then 12th kala is the discipline, tapas, it is. Then mantra havait, that is 13th kala. Then 14th karma, all the rituals. Then 15th kala, this lokaha, that is a palam of the karma, soga lokaha ityadi lokaha. And the nama, which is given for the different things, different beings, the different lokas. So these are the 16 kalaha, shodasha kalaha. So the Purusha, the Jiva, who is in the Purush, the Jiva is Purusha eva. Because of this Shodasha kala, the Shodasha kala, they are created by avidya. Therefore, avidyavan, Purushaha. Now, what will happen to all this for a jnani? This Shodasha kala resolve. But there it is Shodasha, here it is Panchadasha. Why there is difference? There's a reason also. Here Panchadasha 15 and the Prashnopanishad 16. Kalaha. For that, not the commentator, but the Tikakara gives explanation. The one kala is excluded. That is Nama. The Nama, which is one of the parts, that is excluded. These all the components, this Kalaha of a Jnani Jiva, after the Sharira Patanam, Parantakale, Sharira Patanantaram, they go back to Samashti. They merge with, become one with Brahma, go back to Brahma. Then what is left out is that Nama. The Nama continues in the world. The name of the Jnani continues in the world. Even after death, the name continues. So therefore, all the 15 kala, except the Nama, they dissolve back into the Samashti Tattvam. And the Tikakara, they quote from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the mantra is there, where the Yajnavalkya, he says, Yajnavalkyeti hovacha yatra ayam purushaha mriyate kim yenam na jagati iti. This ayam purusha, this Purusha, when he dies, when the Purusha dies, when a Jnani, Purusha here means Jnani, the Brihadaranyaka mantra, 3-4-3-2, 12th mantra. When a Jnani dies, everything resolves back, everything goes back to Samashti. But what is that one thing which doesn't go, which doesn't die? Nama iti anantam vai. Nama anantaha vishve devaha anantameva satena lokam jayati. And Nama, that alone, doesn't go away, doesn't die, doesn't resolve. The Nama, the name. Therefore, Panchadasha. 16 minus 1, 15 only. So therefore, the Panchadasha, the list is not given. For that, we have to refer to Prashnopanishad, Why Prashna Upanishad says 16 and here 15? Why is 15? What happened to the other one? Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, we have to take the reference. There it says, Nama doesn't go. Kim yenam na jagati nama. Nama na jagati. So therefore, therefore, the Sharira Patanantaram, the Ahankara, the Upanishad says here, Vijnanamayaha, Vijnanamaya Atma is Vijnanamayascha Atma, Vijnanamaya Atma. There is Ahankara with all its karma and karma pala. Karma pala is Sanchita karma, everything is results back into Samashti. Therefore, finally, Pare Avyaye, the Parabrahma, Eki Bhavanti, Sarvam Eki Bhavanti. That is the mantra. Now, this Panchadasha, why Panchadasha? Panchadasha not described, not discussed in this mantra, but we need to know what Panchadasha, what Shodasha Kalaha. So Panchadasha Kalaha Pratishtaha. Pratishtaha Gataha. In simple, that is the Jiva, now he is a Jnani Jiva. When the Prarabdha of when the Prarabdha is exhausted, what happens to the Jnani Jiva? Videka Mukti. What is Videka Mukti? What does really happen? Yeah, the Videka Mukti, the description here is purely based on Shastra. It is not a concept, it's not a vision. It is Shastra. Shastra says the Upadhi of the Jnani, they merge to the total. They merge to the total. So Panchadasha Kalaha, 15. Kalaha Upadayaha. Shariram is Upadhi, Stula Shariram, Sukshma is Upadhi, Karnam is Upadhi. And that Upadhi is presented as parts, the 16 aspects of the Jiva Upadhi. So Kalaha is Upadhi. The Upadhi is looked upon as 15. Therefore, a Jiva who is endowed with the 15 parts, aspects. Gataha, Pratishtaha, Gataha. They Pratishtaha, Gataha. Pratishtaha is Dvitiya Bhakti Bhagavachanam. Pratishtaha, Gataha, they go back. And Pratishtaha, Gataha. Pratishtaha is, that means it is the source. Yoni ityartaha, Pratishtaha. Pratishtaha, they go back to the Gataha, return back. They go back, Pratishtanti. Pratitishtanti anaya iti Pratishta. That by which a thing is sustained, that is called Pratishta. Therefore, it means source. Karanam ityartaha. Pratitishtanti, that by which Pratitishtanti anaya iti Pratishta. So that which sustains, that is called Pratishta. Karanam ityartaha. So that is Pratishta. So Karanam. What is the Karanam? The Karanam for the parts, the Upadhi. Upadhi is there. Upadhi implies, the Karya implies, Upadhi is a Karya. Karya implies Karanam. Sukshma Shariram. So Karana Shariram is the Karanam for Sukshma Shariram and Stula Shariram. From Sukshma Shariram is there, therefore Stula Shariram is there. So now individual Sukshma, Karana Sukshma, Stula, for which the cause is a total. So Pratishtaha referring to the total Karanam. So Pratishtaha Gataha. So Pratishtaha is Dvitiya Vibhakti Bhagavachanam. It is a karma. Panchadasha Kalaha is the karta, referring to the Jiva. Here the Upadhi is mentioned, 15 aspects. The Jiva who has these 15 aspects. Panchadasha Kalaha Gataha They go back where? What is the destination? Pratishtaha. They go back to the source, that which sustains this upadhi, into which these 15 aspects, the Galaha, goes back. Not the Purusha. Purusha cannot go. Where Purusha will go? What is there is only Purusha, Brahma Eva. Therefore, the Karya goes back to the Karanam. The pot goes back to the Mrit, the clay. So therefore, it it merges into the Karanam. This is called the Laya of the individual. Pralaya is the resolution of the total. This is resolution of the individual. And the Sukshma Shariram, which which has the Jnanendriyani, Karmendriyani, Prana, Manaha, Buddhi, all these Antarindriyani and Bhagyendriyani. They function because it is blessed by the Adhisthana Devata. Every Indriya is presided over by the Devata. Yata Astendriya, Indraha. So this similarly Shotrendriya, Dik Devata. So every Indriya, Manaha for Manaha is Chandrama. So every Indriya presided over by Adhisthana Devata. Because Adhisthana Devata, that is what we call Adidevam in Gita. Adidevam. When Arjuna has his seven questions, one of the in the beginning of the 8th chapter. So one is Adidevam. Adibhutam, what is started with, it is Kim Brahma, Adhyatvam, then Karma, then Adibhutam. Adibhutam, Ksharobhavaha, Purushashchadi Devatam. Bhagavan said, Adibhutam, Ksharobhavaha, Adidevatam. Adidevatam is Hiranyagarbha. That is the Samashti, Tattvam, Hiranyagarbha. Because the Hiranyagarbha, who is the presiding deity of all the faculties, he places all the devatas, the Adhisthana devatas, because of whom, because of Hiranyagarbha, all the Adhisthana devatas are blessed, and because of that blessing, the Indriyas function in the individual, the Jiva. So that is Adidevam. Hiranyagarbha, we saw in the Gita recently. So that Hiranyagarbha, who blesses the faculty, the individual faculties, who blesses the organs, Jnanendriyani, because of which Jnanendriyani functions, they don't just function like that. It should be blessed by the Devata, by the intelligent principle. So therefore, the deities, the presiding Devata, Adhisthana Devataha, because of whom the sense organs are blessed and function. Now, what happens to the sense organ? In every sense organ, there is a blessing by the corresponding Devata. But in the form, that is the blessing we perceive in the form of the Shakti, the operation of the sense organs. We feel the blessing. The Shakti is there because of which we operate. That is a blessing. Without the blessing, sense organs cannot operate. So now the sense organs, what will happen? Indriyani, not only Indriyani, Pranaha, they go back. So therefore, in the individual, the presiding deities, they stay in the form of the Shakti that go back to the total. So Devataha. So therefore, Devascha, Panchadasha Kalaha, Pratishta Gataha. What are the Panchadasha? Panchadasha Devaha also it is. Devaha means this Adhisthana Devataha, who are the presiding deities of the Indriyadayaha, Sarve Indriyadayaha, all the deities. Deho Devalaya Proktaha, Jivo Brahma Sanatanaha. We say in the puja, we sanctify the shariram. This deva is, the deha is a devalaya. Why? Because all the devatas reside in the shariram. Because of whom the shariram is shariram. Otherwise, sharira is mrita. It cannot operate. So blessed by the devata in the form of the Shakti. Therefore, they reside in the shariram. Therefore, devata, sarve devataha, prati devatasu. Prati devata is to the respective devata, to the respective adhisthana devata. The devata who are residing in the shariram while the jiva is alive. Now we are talking about here Jnani Jiva. The Jnani Jiva is alive. Now that Prati Devatasu, Devaha Cha, Deva also Sarve Devaha Cha, Gataha, they go back, resolve back. So therefore, that also goes back, resolves. This is for the Jnani, not for the Ajnani. Devaha Cha. What about karma? Karmani also. All the karmani, Karmani Vijnanamayascha Atma. Vijnanamayascha Atma. Vijnayate anenayate Vijnanam. That is Antakaranam. So Vijnanamayascha Atma, that is Jivatma, who has Abhimana Buddhi Upadi, that is Ahankara, Agam Karta, Agam Jnata, Agam Shota, that is Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha, Vijnanamayascha Atma, that is Ahankara, this I notion. That alone makes this individual very strong, that Karta, Karmata, Bhokta, Ahankara, and Karmani, all the karma, that is Sanchita karma, because Prarabdha is exhausted. This is now Paranta Kala. And Agami, there is no Agami for the Jnani after Jnanam. No Kartar Tabhimana, therefore there is no Agami karma. What about the karma which was done? That also it is Badita. It is either distributed or it just nullified. Sanchita karma, which is responsible for the next Janma, that also goes away, becomes one with Bhagavan Ishvara, goes back to Samashti Tattva. It goes unclimbed. Who can climb? The karma has no effect. The karma sanchita cannot cause any birth for this jiva, jnani jiva. Therefore, karma also it's like the burnt rope. While living, it is like a burnt rope, cannot bind. After that, whom to bind? There is no one to bind. Therefore, it also resolves back into the samashti. Then pare avyaya sarve. Now, where they resolve, all of them resolve back into the pare, in the para, which is avyaya. Pare Vyaye, in the para avyaya, sarve eki bhavanti, into the para avyaya, that which is not subject to vyaya, not change, na vyeti, into that unchangeable akshare brahmani ityartaha, pare brahmani. Sarve, all, eki bhavanti, become one. Sarve eki bhavanti. Pare avyaye eki bhavanti. Become one with the para avyaya. So therefore the jnani jiva is freed from this samsara forever. There is no coming back, no upadhi possible. So this is the Videha Mukti. Videha Mukti. Vigataha Degaha. The Deha, which is the Karya, and the Karanam for the Deha, they are gone. They resolves back into the Samashti. Therefore, Eki Bhavanti iti. This is the mantra. Now let us read the Bhashyam. Yaha Deharambikaha Kalaha
याः देहारम्बिकाः कलाः
Pranadyaha Taha
प्राणाद्याः ताः
Swam Pratishtam Gataha
Swam swam pratishtam gataha.
Swam swam karanam gataha bhavanti ityartah.
Swam swam karanam gataha
bhavanti
bhavanti
ityartah.
ityartah.
Yaha kalaha. Kalaha is parts. Yaha kalaha, and the kalaha, that is upadhi. Mainly we say karma, but not only karma, because of karma, all the other shariram, the parts of the shariram are there. Therefore, kalaha. Kalaha is upadayaha, pranadyaha, etc. Prana, etc. These are the kalas. It is a way of looking at the jiva, ajnani jiva. Ajnani jiva is endowed with this kalaha parts, upadayaha. See, when we say stula upadhi, stula is one upadhi, but the stula implies sukshma, which implies karanam. Karanam is nothing but karma, karmani. And stula sukshma shariram is endowed with this saptadasha kalabhihi iti yatitishtati tata sukshma shariram. That also it is put together, it has cut parts. Therefore, it is upadhi means it is not one homogeneous thing. Everything put together is called upadhi. We just use a word which denotes the parts of the Jnani Jiva. As a Jiva is truly it is a Brahma, Atma Eva. But for Ajnani Jiva, who has got Abhimana with the Shariram, Abhimana with the Upadhi. So he is, because he has Abhimana with the Upadhi, Upadhi Mata, and Upadhis are many. Therefore, Kalaha iti. Upadhi, it's not, Upadhi means Upadhi which is made of parts. When we look upon it as samashti, as one, then we say Upadhi. And individual parts of the Upadhi, Kalaha. How many parts are there? 15. Here 15. In other Upanishad, it is 16. Vishnu Upanishad. So Kalaha, which are the Deha Arambikaha. Deha Arambikaha. Deha Arambanam. That which is the cause for what? For Deha Arambikaha, which are the cause, which are the producers, which are the initiators of this Deha Shariram. Deha Rambikaha, Strilinga, Deha. Why? Because Kalaha is Strilinga. Yaha Kalaha, therefore Deha Rambikaha. That Deha Rambikaha, Deha Rambaka, Deha Rambika. Deha Rambaka, like Balaka, Balika. Shikshaka, Shikshika. We have seen that Pratyastat Kat Sutra, there we have seen that the Pratyaya, we had the Pratyaya to convert a Pullinga to a Strilinga, and the Pratyaya which is Kakara, that Kat Purvat, Akarasi, Ikaraha, Desha Bhavati. That is how you get Shikshaka. Shikshaka becomes Shikshika. Adhyapaka becomes Adhyapika. Similarly, Arambaka. Deha Arambaka becomes Deharambika. We have seen that. 7344 Sutra. Karaka, Karika, Mundaka, Mundika, iti. So here Deharambaka, Srilinga, therefore Deharambika. Null Pratyaya is added. Kartari Null. Because they are in the sense of it is Pratama Bhakti, it's Kartari. Null Pratyaya is added. So A Purvaka Rab Dhatu, then Null. Then this Rab Dhatu, when it is not preceded by Shap and Lid, then we'll get Nummakama. Therefore Aramb, Nummakama also. All these things we have seen. Rito Nundato in that section. Rab Dhatu, when followed by Shap or Lid, will not get, accepting that. Here Null, Kartari Null, Null Trichau. That's why Aka is there. In Aka Pratyaya, A is replaced by E. So they have, because Srilinga. So null, and then have convert into Srilinga by adding top Pratyaya. Srilinga, Rupa. Therefore, Deharambika. Because Kalaha Srilingaha. Therefore, Deharambikaha iti. So that which is the Karanam, that which is the source, producers of the Sharira. So, Arambate iti Arambikaha. Nulaha Nul Pratyaha. Nul Pratyaya is added, therefore. Deharambikaha. Kalaha. What are the Kala? Pranadhyaha. Prana, etc. Adipadat, Prana, Indriyani. All the 15 components of the Upadhi, Jiva Upadhi. Now, what will happen to them? Tam, Taha, those. Sate Taha, Taha, Swam, Swam, Pratrishtam, Swam, Swam, Pratrishtam, Gataha. Pratrishtam Bhashikara says, Pratrishtaha in the mantra it is that is going to say. Pratrishtam here it is Ekavachanam, it is used Pratrishtam. But in the mantra it is Bhagavachanam, Ditya Bhakti Bhagavachanam. Swam, Swam, Pratrishtam, Gataha. Swam, Swam, Pratrishtam means Vipsa is is what respectively. Swam, Swam. Taha, those Kalaha, those parts, respectively. Pratishtam, Karanam. Pratishta, Pratitishthati Anaya iti. That is the source, that is the Karanam. So Karanam is Samashti. So corresponding Samashti Tattvam, Samashti aspects, Gataha, they go back. Swam Swam Karanam Gataha. That is Bhashikara says. Swam Swam Karanam. Therefore Pratishta is Karanam Ityartaha. Pratishtaha. Swam Swam Karanam. Gataha Bhavanti. They go back and merge into the respective source, the causes, respective causes. Bhavanti ityartaha. Pratishtaha iti dvitiya bhagavachanam.
Pratishtaha iti Pratishtaha dvitiya iti dvitiya bahuvachanam.
Bhashyakara gives all this only in this basic, this Upanishad, the Kata Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad. After that, he will not specify all these things. All what vachanam, what vibhakti also he says, Pratishtaha iti. This is dvitiya bhagavachanam, because one should not take Shrilinga Rupam is like that. Rama Rame Ramaha, Rama Rame Ramaha. So Pratama Bhagavachanam, Ditya Bhagavachanam looks same. So Pratishtaha, is it Karta or Karma? How do we know? So Bhashyakara clarifies. Pratishtaha is Ditya Bhakti Bhagavachanam. So Pratishtaha Gataha, Karanam Gataha. Some Karanam Gataha, Yaha, this Panchadasha Kalaha, Pranadhyaha, iti Panchadasha.
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 Pancha Adhikadasha, Panchadasha. Madhyama Padalopi. Panchadasha Sankhyakaha, Yaha.
Panchadasha
Panchadasha
sankhyaha
sankhyaakaha yaha.
Antya Prashna Paripatitaha Prasiddhaha.
Antya Prashna
Prashna
Paripatitaha
paripatita
Prasiddhaha.
baha.
Not Patitaha, Patitaha, which are read in the where? In the Antya Prashna, last Prashna. Panchadasha, Panchadasha Sankhyakaha, Panchadasha, Panchadikadasha, Panchadika, Madhyama Padalopi. Panchadasha Sankhyakaha, Bhuri Samasa. Yaha, Antya Prashna Paripatitaha. Panchadasha iti Sankhyaha, Yaha, Taha, Yasam Taha, Panchadasa Sankhyakaha, that which are 15 in number. Panchadasha, Panchadasha iti Sankhya, Yasam, Tam, Taha, Panchadasa Sankhyakaha, Yaha, Antya Prashna Paripatitaha, they are read in the mentioned in the last Prashna. Prashna is Prashna Upanishad. 6 questions are asked by 6 disciples. Each one question, therefore 6 questions. That is by 6 sections. The last question, the Sukesha, who asked the son of Bharatvaja, as an answer to that, Pipalada Rishi, he taught he taught this Panchadasha, Kala Purushaha, he mentioned this. Therefore, there it is Patitaha. What is the connection between Mundaka and Krishna? Both belong to Atharva Veda. Both belong to the same Veda, Atharva Veda. And in the beginning, we have seen This Mundaka Upanishad in the form of the mantra. Krishna Upanishad, it is in the Brahmana portion, Brahmana Bhaga. In fact, Krishna Upanishad, we have seen, not Krishna Upanishad, we have seen that Krishna Upanishad is like it's a commentary to Mundaka Upanishad. Therefore, it is, there's a connection is there. So, Atyanta Prashna, Antya Prashna Paripatitaha Prasiddhaha. It is famous. Antya Prashna of the Prashna Upanishad is famous. So, this Panchadasha are mentioned there. They are described. When Sukesha asked Bharadwaja, the son of Bharadwaja asked Pipalada, he mentioned this, the Purusha, the Shodashakala of Purusha. So, therefore, the list started with Prana, Shraddha, Karma, Vayu, Jyotihi, Apaha, Prithvi, Indriyani, Indriyam, Manaha, Annam, Vidyam, Tapa, Mantraha, Karma, Lokaha, Namacha. So, all this already told. Therefore, with the Nama, it is 16, minus Nama, it is 15. So, therefore, it is Prasiddhaha in Prashna Upanishad. Then, Devascha.
देवाश्च
देहाश्रयाः चक्षुरादिकरणस्थाः
देहाश्रयाः
देहाश्रयाः
चक्षुरादिकरणस्थाः
चक्षुरादिकरणस्थाः
सर्वे प्रतिदेवतासु आदित्यादिषु
सर्वे
सर्वे
प्रतिदेवतासु
प्रतिदेवतासु
आदित्यादिषु
आदित्यादिषु
गताः भवन्ति इत्यर्थः.
गताः
गताः भवन्ति
भवन्ति
इत्यर्थः.
So every Indriya blessed by the Indriya Devata, Adhisthana Devata, corresponding Adhisthana Devata. The total, the Samashti Devata is Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha has got many, is appointed many devatas who presides over the different faculties. So Adhisthana Devata we call. Adhisthana Devata report to the Hiranyagarbha. So Hiranyagarbha is the head. So Hiranyagarbha is as it's a department head. There are other departments managed by the departmental heads, different departmental heads. They are the Adhisthana Devata. So even though we say every Indriya, every Prana, etc. got respective Devata, all these Devatas are not different from the Hiranyagarbha. Representative of the Hiranyagarbha. When it comes to particular functioning, the Indriya and particular functioning, then the particular faculty which manifests. That is a special manifestation of the Hiranyagarbha. Therefore, we attribute by giving a name, Adhisthana Devata iti. So therefore, Adhishtatra Devata. Every organ blessed by Adhisthana Devata, Adhishtatra Devata. Adhisthana Devata we can infer because the body functions, the Indriyani functions. We don't have to see, we cannot see also. Body functions, Indriyani functions, therefore it implies the presence of Adhisthana Devata. Jnanendriyani, every Indriyani, Karmendriyani, Antakarana, Manaha, Pranaha, all these corresponding Adhisthana Devatas. Those Devatas are not mentioned here, we have seen already in Tattva Bodha. So Adhisthana Devatas. So therefore the Devataha, Dehashrayaha, which are, where do they stay? They have got Ashraya in the Shariram only, in the Supadhi only. Chakshuradi Karnastaha. They are the Adhisthana Devata, Chakshuhu, Adi Padat, other. Chakshuhu is only Upalakshanam. Chakshuhu. Therefore, Chakshuhu, Shotram, Iti, Ityadi, Karmendriyani, Jnanendriyani, then Karmendriyani, etc. Karnastaha, Tasmin Tishtati. They reside. Residing in that respective Indriyani, Prana, etc., they bless the individual. So they reside. And if you can recall the Devata, Shrotriyasya Dig Devata. Where the Dig Devata, Adhisthana Devata reside? In the Shrotra, the Shrotrendriya. Similarly, Vayu Bhagavan is in the skin. Therefore, Vayu, which is Adhisthana Devata, who represents Hiranyagarbha, the Samashti, it's always available for our direct perception. The skin, I touch this, I touch myself. I can see the perception. So it means Vayu, Adhisthana Devata is that is the Pratyaksha. Namaste Vayu, Tameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi. What Pratyaksham is required? It is available for immediate perception. Vayu Devata is there. Chakrusha Surya, the light. I can see, I can open and see the light, Jyotihi. And Rasanayaha, Varunaha, Rasana, taste is there because blessed by the Devata, Varuna Devata, Granasya, Ashwini Devata, Vacho, Devata, Vannigi, Astayor, Indraha, Padayor, Vishnu, Payor, Mrityu, Upastasya, Prajapatihi, then Manasaha, Chandrama. Manataha is Chandrama, that is, that we can see because the mind, which moves up and down, it's not same. So therefore, the mind has a tendency. Therefore, Chandra Devata, iti, every Indriya and every organs will set by the corresponding Devata. So where do they stay? They stay in the respective Indriya and they function. And they can be inferred from the functioning of the Indriya. So therefore, Chakshuradi Karanastaha, Dehashrayaha, Ke, these Devaha, Sarve Devaha, what will happen to them? Prati Devatasu, the Dig Devata, which is, for example, Shotrendri Devata, Dig Devata, they go back to the Sarve Prati Devata, the respective Devata, at the Samashti, Adityadishu. Here Aditya again Upalakshana. Adityadishu, Prati Devatasu, the respective total. Tataha Bhavanti, they merge, they go back, it's all back, Adityadishu. So Aditya is sun. And sun is the presiding deity of the sun. At the individual level, there is a presiding deity, whom also we call sun. Yes. So therefore, they go back. The Chakrusha Suryaha, the Adhisthana Devata, merged into the Samashti Aditya. Aditya Ishu Pati Devatasu, Gataha Bhavanti Ityartaha, that is the Artha Ityartaha. Then Yani Cha Mukshana Kritani Karmani.
यानि च
यानि च मुमुक्षुणा कृतानि कर्म
Apravritta
अप्रवृत्तफलानि
Phalanam Upabhogena Eva.
प्रवृत्तफलानाम् उपभोगेन
उपभोगेन
एव
एव
Shriyamanatvat
क्षीयमाणत्वात्
Vijnanamayascha Atma.
विज्ञानमयश्च
ज्ञानमयश्च
आत्मा
आत्मा
Avidyakrita Buddhyadi Upadhim.
अविद्याकृत
अविद्याकृता
बुद्ध्यादि
बुद्ध्यादि
उपाधिम्
उपाधिम्
Atmatvena Matva.
आत्मत्वेन मत्वा
आत्मत्वेन मत्वा
Jaladishu Suryadi Pratibimbavat.
जलादिषु
जलादिषु
सूर्यादि
सूर्यादि
प्रतिबिम्बवत्
प्रतिबिम्बवत्
Iha Pravishtaha Deha Vedeshu.
इह
इह
प्रविष्टः
प्रविष्टः देह
देहेषु
भेदेषु.
So Bhashyakara says, gives the Drishtanta, he explains. This karmani kritani. By whom? By the mumukshuna. Yani karmani kritani mumukshuna. We use the word mumukshu even for the jnani also. Not that he is desire for moksha. It's already muktaha. As a sadhaka is a mumukshu. The same word is used after sadhyam also. So mumukshuna, not when he was a jnani, he did karma, but as an ajnani, as a jiva, so karmani kritani, purvam kritani. Therefore, those karmas are apravrita phalani. Karmani kritani, yena mumukshuna. Now he is a mumukshu, is a jnani, but before ajnani, he was a yogi, karma yogi. He was pursuing then after jnana yogi, mumukshu. So mumukshuna, yani karmani kritani. Karma he had done before, not only in this janma, even the karma which were done before, it to be fructified. In this karma, whatever karma he had done which has not yet fructified, agami. And the karma which is in there, which is stored, it's sanchita. Apravrita palani. Apravrita palani karmani. Apravrita is Bhagavad compound. Apravrittani palani yani tani apravrita palani. That's qualifying karmani. Apravrita palani yani karmani tani karmani apravrita palani. So karma which have not yet fructified. What karma? Sanchita karma and agami karma. Agami karma is the karma which he had done before getting jnanam, before becoming a jnani, whatever karma he had done while alive, while in this janma, what he had done, that karma. So therefore, apravritta palani. Now, pravritta palanam upabhogena eva kshiyamanata. Pala is when the karma pala, because of karma is done, therefore karma pala is done. Now the karma pala, upabhogena kshiyamanata. How this will get exhausted, how the karma will get destroyed. Kshiyamanaha. Generally, for a jiva, jnani jiva, are generally in common. Karmas are exhausted only by anubhava, upabhoga, by experience. Pravritta palanam karmas which have already pravritta started, like the prarabdha started. When did it start? When the jiva was born, that time it started. So pravritta. Now that palam of the karma which has already started, prarabdha karma, that will get kshiyamana, that will get exhausted, kshiyamanatva, that will get exhausted only by upabhogena, only by experience alone, it gets exhausted. Otherwise, no, it has to be experienced. Because started, prarabdha, it has been released from the bow, the arrow is released. So you cannot stop it in between. It is like a missile which has already the button now is already pressed. The missile already has started. So already it has been launched. So you cannot stop it off. So therefore, upabhogena eva kshiyamanatvat. It has the status of being exhausted only by upabhoga, but only by experience, only by anubhava, only by exhausting, by experiencing, only it can be exhausted. Kshiyamanatvat. Therefore, vijnanamayascha atma, that is the atma with the vijnanamaya, that is upadhi. This vijnanamayascha atma, this upadhi, the mayat pratyaya, vijnanamaya, we know mayat pratyaya, we have seen it is used in different senses. Vikararte mayat, we use prachuryarte mayat, and in the Vedanta we use swarte. Swarte mayat, we have seen in Panchadashi. Panchadashikara uses swarte mayat. Here it is vijnanamaya. Annamaya, etc. They are vikarartha. Anna vikararte mayat. Prachurya is prachuryarte, jalamaya, etc. Prachurya. So the mayat pratyaya. There is a sutra. It's a mayat, it's a tadita pratyaya. You will see in 5.4 section. 5.4, if I remember, it is 5.4.21. Tatkrita vachane mayat. You will see that later. So mayat pratyaya. So here vijnana mayat. Vijnanamaya So Atma, Vijnanamaya Atma. So Atma, which is with the Vijnanamaya Upadhi, that is Ahankara. The Karta, Aham Karta, Bhokta, Jnata, Shota, that sense of the doership, the Ahankara. So therefore, the Jivatma, this Ahankara Jivatma, Avidyakrita Buddhi Upadhi, Atmatvena Matva. This Buddhi Upadhi, it is Krita by Avidya. Avidyaya Kritaha Buddhyadi Upadaya Tam Atmatvena Matva, treating that to be as oneself. That is Abhimana. Vidyadi Krita Avidya Kritaha Vidya Kritaha. So Avidya Kritaha Buddhyadi Upadaya. Therefore, Avidyakrita Upadim Atmatvena Matva. Atmatvena Matva is there is Abhimana Avidya Upadhi. Therefore, Atmatvena Matva. That is why Vijnanamaya Koshaha, Agam Karta, the Vidyadi Upadhi, Agam Karta, Agam Bhokta, Agam Shota, etc. This Avidya Maya, Vidya Krita Upadhi, with regard to this Upadhi, there is Abhimana. There is Abhimana. Why Buddhi? Because Vijnanamaya is that Buddhi Bhashikara, Buddhyadi Upadim, because Vijnanamaya, the mantra says, Adipada, other Talaha also. Buddhi, Manaha, Indriyani, etc. All this. Buddhyadi Upadhi. Buddhyadim here to say Buddhi because Vijnanamaya is that, therefore Vijnanamaya, therefore Upadhi. So therefore, Atmatvena Matva, Abhimana is there with regard to this Upadhi. Now, this, what will happen? How this Abhimana is there? Jaladishu Surya Adi Pratibimbavat. There is a reflection of Surya. So Pratibimbavada here, Ashakaras. He mentions, it takes the model here, Pratibimba Jaladishu Surya Adi Pratibimba, reflection of sun in the sun, etc. So sun, Surya, Chandra, Vriksha, or Nakshatrani, etc. They are reflected in the Jaladishu, in the water. In the pool of water, it is reflected. Tadvat, but it is reflected, it is not in the water. It is reflected in the water. Similarly, Iha Pravishtaha, Iha Deha Vedeshu, in this variety of bodies, Deha Veda, because different bodies are the Karana, Sukshma, Stula. So therefore, Pravishtaha, as the sun has entered into the reflection of the water, as not reflection, as the sun has entered into water. Really, a sun entered? No, it is just a reflection. That's why reflection is mithya. Similarly, into the Upadhi, Iha Pravishtaha, these have entered into the Upadhi, it is entered. What is entered? Chaitanyam is entered, as though. That is called Chidabhasa. But the Upadhi, it is called Chidabhasa. The reflection of sun in the water, the reflected sun. Similarly, Chitta, Chaitanyam, which is reflected in the Upadhi, that is called Chidabhasa. So Chidabhasa, now the Chidabhasa, which has Abhimana with the Buddhi Upadhi, therefore, that is what is called technically Vijnanamaya iti. Vijnanamaya is Pratibimbita Chaitanyam. Chidabhasa is the reflection of Chitta, Chaitanyam in the Upadhi. Therefore, Upadhi is conscious. Now, the Buddhi Upadhi Abhimana, that becomes Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha is that what it is. Aham Karta is, what is that Aham? Chidabhasa. Now we have to analyze Chidabhasa. What is Chidabhasa? Chidabhasa is not separate from Chit. It is Chaitanyam, which is reflected in the Upadhi, and it is when it is associated with in the language of Vedanta Sara, Upagita, then that becomes Vijnanamaya Koshaha. Therefore, as a reflection. The reflection, the sun is there. Doesn't, the sun doesn't get shaken or doesn't move, doesn't get agitated, but because of the waves of the water, the sun seems to be agitated, seems to be disturbed, but sun doesn't get disturbed. It is always there as it is. Similarly, the Chidabhasa with the Shriramana Sangata, which is called Vijnanamaya Kosha, and that assumes different status, Karta, Bhokta, Shota, Manta, Pramata, iti. But what about Atma, the Chaitanyam, like the sun in the Dashtanta? It remains as it is. It remains as it is. So therefore, the Chaitanyam which has entered into this Upadhi, Iha Bedeshu, because of different colors, therefore Deha Bedeshu. Or we can say Deha Bedeshu in different bodies, in different beings. Deha Bedeshu. Deha Beda. Varieties of bodies. Different jivas are there. Therefore, Deha Bedeshu. In all the bodies. Individual have got body, 3 bodies. Or the different beings are the different bodies. Enter into the different bodies, different beings. Then, so let us continue the next line also. Because this area is explained that Vijnanamaya Kosh, Vijnanamaya Atma, is, that is the Abhimana with the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the Akankara. What happened to this Akankara? Iha Degeshu Pravishtaha, this Akankara, Karmanam Tat Palartatvat.
कर्मणां
कर्मणां
तत्फलात्
तत्फलात्तत्वात्
Saha Tenaiva Vijnanamayena Atmana.
सः
सः
तेनैव
तेनैव
विज्ञानमयेन
विज्ञानमयेन आत्मना
Karmanam Tat Palartatvat. It's a Palartatvat. Karmanam Palartatvat. Saha, Tena Saha. I have to say, Tena Saha, it is Saha Tena Saha. Tena Saha Eva Vijnanamayena Atmana. This Atma, which is Jivatma, there is Akankara, this Vijnanamaya Kosha. Because of the Abhimana Vidopadi, therefore it is called Vijnanamaya Kosha, the Atma, Vijnanamaya Atma. Here Vijnanamaya, Maya is Prachuryarte. Because the predominance of the Buddhi, Abhimana with the Buddhi, therefore Vijnanamaya Kosha, Upadi. So, Karmanam Tat Palartatvat. Karmanam Tat Karmas are meant for whom? For the Jiva. For the karmas are which are meant for Tat Pala is Karma Pala. Palartatvat. Karmanam Tat Palartatvat. So the karma and the karma palartatva. Karma is a tatpala is karma pala. Karma meant for karma pala. For whom? For the jiva. So tena eva vijnanamayena atmana. So therefore jivatma tena eva saha. That is along with the jivatma, the karma also. The karma which are meant to give karma pala. Therefore, along with the jiva, this karma pala also. What happens? Gataha, that we have to supply. Gataha. Bhashakara explains the mantra. So, pratishthaha, gataha. Sarve devaha, pati devatasu pratishthaha. Then what about the karma and karma pala? That also pratishthaha, gataha. So, karmanam, the karmas are meant for giving the result. Karma palartatvat karmanam. And that karma, that tena saha, kena saha, that is along with the jiva, along with the jiva, Vijnanamayena Atmana. Along with Vijnanamaya Atmana is referring to the Jiva. So along with the Jiva, Vijnanamaya referring to here the Jiva, the Atma, which is just an Abhimana with the Upadhi. Therefore, Jivaha ityartaha, Ajnani Jivaha. I'm sorry, not Ajnani Jivaha. Here we are talking about generally Jivaha. Here Jnani we are talking about. So that Jnani doesn't have Kartrutva. Therefore, the Vijnanamaya Kosha is, if you look upon the Shariram as Kosha, Pancha Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. Now every Kosha has to resolve. Either three Shariram goes back to the Samashti Tattvam or Pancha Kosha. Anyway, you look upon it. Here Vijnanamaya is used. Therefore, Vijnanamaya, the word referring to the Jivatma, Jivatma along with the Karma and Karma Pala. Tatpalar Tattva, Karma which is meant for the protection of the Karma Pala. So along with Jivatma, they also what? They also Patishtaha, Gataha, along with Jivatma. Along with Jivatma, the Karma also, Karma means Karma Pala. Karma which are meant to give Karma Pala. Karma Pala to this Jiva, that is Vijnanamaya Atma, Patishtaha, Gataha, they resolve into Samashti Tattvam. Ataha Vijnanamaya Vijnanaprayah.
अतः
अतः
विज्ञानमयः
विज्ञानमयः
विज्ञानप्रायः
विज्ञानप्रायः.
Okay, this should have been read along with that. Vijnanamaya Prayaha, here Mayat Pratyaya, why it is used by Shakara says? Because it is Prayaha, predominantly. Prachuryate Mayat. Prayaha is Prachuryate. Vijnanamayaha, Vijnanam Prayaha. That Vijnanamayaha, Mayat, Prayaha. So therefore, Prachuryate, Prachuryate Mayat. Vijnana Prachuraha, Pradanaha ityartaha. So therefore, because of Buddhi, the Vijnanamaya Kosha predominates. Therefore, it is Vijnanamaya iti. Te ye te karmani. Last line also will complete. It's a long one, but it is simple only. Te ye te karmani.
ते एते कर्माणि
कर्माणि
Vijnanamayascha atma.
विज्ञानमयश्च
विज्ञानमयश्च आत्मा
Upadi apanaye sati.
उपाधि अपनये
अपनये
सति
सति
Pare avyaye.
परे
परे
अव्यये
अव्यये.
Now it is a description of this avya. Beautiful description. Anante akshaye brahmani.
अनन्ते अक्षये
अनन्ते
ब्रह्मणि
अक्षये ब्रह्मणि
Akashakalpe.
आकाशकल्पे
आकाशकल्पे
Aje ajare amrute.
अजे
अजे
अजरे अमृते
अजरे अमृते
Abhaye apurve anapare.
अभये
अभये
अपूर्वे
अपूर्वे
अनपरे
अनपरे
Anantare abhagye advaye shive.
अनन्तरे
अनन्तरे
अबाह्ये अद्वये
अबाह्ये
शिवे
अद्वये शिवे
Shive shante sarve eki bhavanti.
शिवे शान्ते
शिवे
सर्वे
शान्ते सर्वे
भवन्ति
एकी भवन्ति
Avisheshatam gachanti.
अविशेषतां
अविशेषतां
गच्छन्ति
गच्छन्ति
Ekatvam apadyante.
एकत्वम्
एकत्वम्
आपद्यन्ते
Jaladi adharapanaye iva.
जलादि आधार
जलादि
अपनये
आधार
इव
आपनेन इव
Apanaye iva, not apan.
अपनये
Suryadi pratibimbaha.
सूर्यादि
सूर्यादि
बिम्बाः
प्रतिबिम्बाः
Surye.
सूर्ये
सूर्ये
Gatadi apanaye iva akashe.
घटादि अपनये
घटादि
इव
अपनये इव
आकाशे
आकाशे
Gatadi akashaha.
घटादि
घटादि
आकाशाः
आकाशाः
Suryadi pratibimbaha surya. Merges into the Surya. The reflections merges into Surya. Similarly, when the Gata is gone, the Gata Akasha merges into Parakasha. So, both the Vada, that is Pratibimbavada, Vachedavada. Bhashyakara gives example for both the Vada. So, now, Sarve Eki Bhavanti. That is this, that Sarve Eki Bhavanti Pareyavya. That four words Bhashyakara explains here. Sarve means all. Te yete, te ke, which are mentioned before. Devaha, Karmani, that Panchadasha Kalaha. Even though Upanishad has not mentioned detail, but we have seen with reference to Prashna Upanishad, these Kalaha, which are Purva Muktaha, that te, Karmani Vijnanamayascha Atma. So Karma Pala, that stands for Karmani is Sanchita Karmani, etc. Therefore, Karanashwara. Vijnanamaya Atma is the Jiva Atma. Jivaha Atma, that therefore they are Upadi. Upadi Apanaye, when the Upadi is removed. Upadehe Apanaya, Upadi Apanaya. So Upadi Apanaya Sati, when there is removal of, when the Upadi is removed, then what will happen to this Jivaha, Jivatma? You cannot throw the baby with bathwater. When the upadis are gone, that which because of which the upadhi was sustained. What will happen to that? Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam is that, therefore, that because of which only upadhi enjoys sattvam, existence. Therefore, upadhi apanayane. Unlike this shunyavadi, we don't say the shunyam, nothing remains. Sadeva somi idamagra asit, satta asit. Chaitanya exists, Brahma exists, Atma. So what will happen? Pare avyaya, into the para avyaya, into the Brahma which is not subject to any change. That is pare avyaya. Avyaya is described. It is anante, antaha na vidyate. Baguri samas, anantaha na vidyate. Yasya tat Brahma anante Brahmani, pare Brahmani, prapare anante avyaya, anante akshaye. It is not subject to any declension, akshaya, not subject to declension. Sukham akshayam ashnute. In Gita, Bhagavan says, akshayam sukham, that sukha, which is not subject to change, which is not subject to declension, it is Atma Sukha, Brahma Sukha. Therefore, Brahma, Sachit Ananda, Ananda Swarupa, Akshaya, Akshaya Brahmani, and Brahmani, Akasha Kalpe, Akashavat, Akasha Sadrishaha, Akasha Sadrisham. Like Akashavat, Akasha is never contaminated, never touched by anything. Always it is, Akasha is Asangaha. It doesn't have Rupa, doesn't have form, and doesn't have limbs, doesn't have parts. And it is not touched, not contaminated. Akasha Kalpa. That's why the closest example is Akasha. Akashavat Nityaha, it is Sarva Vyapi, all pervasive. Akasha. Akasha is also not all pervasive. But that is the known thing. With the known thing, we try to understand the Brahma Tattva. Therefore, Akasha Kalpa. Like Akasha. Then Ajay. Janmana Vidyate Yasya Ajaha. Therefore, Ajay, in that Ajay Brahmani Pare Avyaye Ajay Ajare. Jara is old age. So the Avidyamana Jara Yasya Ajare, that which is not subject to Shad Vikara. Asti Jayate, Vardate, Vipranate, Upakshite, Vinashyati, all these changes are not there for Brahma. Therefore, in that Pare Avyaye, Ajare, Brahmani, Abhaye, not subject to fear. It is, in fact, it is free from insecurity, free from fear, free from any form of bhaya, fear. Therefore, it is Abhaye. Abhaye, Advaya it is. It is Abhaya, it is therefore Advaya. That alone is, then what could be the cause for fear or insecurity? It is not subject to any threat or any fear. Neither it can cause fear. Because only when second thing is Advaitadhi Bhayam Bhavati. Where is Bhaya here? Therefore Abhaye. Apurve. Apurve is, it is Purva. Purva is that which is before. apurvaha. Apurva also can means, purva means before. Before means karanam. Karanam must be there for the production of the effect karya. So na purvaha, it means that doesn't have karanam. Na purvaha, apurvaha. Purvam karanam na vidyate yasya. That is why Ishvara we call, it is anatha. Nataha na vidyate yasya. Anish, it is Ishvara is called anatha. Doesn't have master above him. He is karana ragitaha. So purva not preceded by anything. It means purvam is karanam. There is no karan. Akarane brahmani ityartaha. The karana karya is only for understanding the srishti. The srishti, first we do Adhyaropa and then we do Apavada and then dismiss the Jagat. Where is Jagat? We ask. Jagat also not resolved into Brahma. Where is Jagat? Jagat doesn't exist. Praudavada it is. So therefore, Apurve, that which doesn't have a karanam. The karana karya prakriya is only to understand the srishti, but there is no karanam. Brahma cannot be karanam. If Brahma enjoys the status of karanam, then it is a problem. Brahma is the karanam. If Brahma produces something, if Brahma can create something, then Brahma is subject to limitation. Brahma cannot be the karanam also. Therefore, apurve. When apurve is there an aparam also. So it cannot be the karanam, but aparam karyam, it is aparam, anapare. Brahma also not subject to any change. This doesn't have, it's free from any effect. Therefore, aparam is karyam. Karyam na vidyate. It cannot be the karya. Neither it is a karanam nor it is a karya of something. So karyam na vidyate yasya, aparam is karyam, na vidyate yasya, apare. Then anantare, antara is inside. Bhagya is outside. There is nothing inside or outside. Everything is Brahma. Therefore, anantare, abhagye, advaya. Dvaita ragitaha, sajatiya, vijatiya, swagata, bheda ragitaha, therefore advayam Brahma, advaye Brahmane, and it is Shive, Shante, Ananda Swarupaha, Shivaha. Shiva is auspicious, is happiness. Shantaha, Shante, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Sarve, Eki Bhavanti, into that. Sarve, all, Eki Bhavanti, Avisheshatam Gachanti, without any residual. Avisheshatam means without any distinction, without any difference, totally. Ekatvam apadyante, gain oneness. Yata, Drishtanta given by the Bhashyakara, Avisheshatam gachanti, ekatvam apadyante yata, Suryadi pratibimbaha, Surye gachanti. They resolve into Surya, the reflection of Surya, etc. Jaladi, Adara, Apanaye, when the Jaladi Upadi, the Jala, which is it's a medium of reflection. Adi Pada Jala, you can take Jala, Adi, oil, etc. Any reflecting medium into which the Surya is reflected, sun is reflected. When that is removed, what will happen to the Surya Pratibimbaha? Why Bhagavachana? Because there are many reflecting bodies, reflecting medium. Therefore, what will happen to the reflecting reflections? Surya, they resolve into Surya. Similarly, this is Pratibimbavada. Similarly, Gatadi Apanaye Eva. When the Gata does the parichinnam of the all pervading is Akasha. So Akasha, Ita, Gata Akasha, which is because of the walls of the pot, then when the Gata itself is destroyed, what will happen to Gata Akasha? Gata the Akash, how many pots are there? What will happen to the pot's space? Spaces, there is no Bhagavachanam, in fact, space is only Ekavachanam. But seems to be many because of the many Gatas. Now they resolve into Akasha, Akasha, Eki Bhavanti. Purvam, before itself it is Ekam. It has not become many. Now it is Eki Bhavanti. That is the merging, that is the total. Therefore, really, what is really there is no merge. Yes, we use only the figurative sense. So all the way it is only, it is Vri Brahma Eva Iti. The Viteka Mukti is Panchadasha Kala Sarve Eki Bhavanti, resolve back into the Samashti Tattva is presented. The next mantra we will see. Again, this Videka Mukti only topic that we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। 3 more mantras are left out. I think we'll complete maybe this month end or next month beginning. Then summary, then we can take up Keno Upanishad. Okay. धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः गुरुजी।
धन्यवादः।
धन्यवाद।
धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः शरणजी।